Good morning, y'all. This is AL Thick Madame. So this was a very unexpected video. It's gonna be a thoughts video, and I just wanted to come on here and let y'all know that I was given two links that actually work. So I've seen the last two episodes of Power. Now, if these are the correct episodes that will air, I don't know, and I won't know for sure until Sunday about the 14th episode, and the next time the 15th episode actually does, and is set to air, that's when I'll know if that's the correct link as well. But yeah, y'all excuse me. I just woke up. I took naps, and y'all, I begin my life like, I know I look rough, but I begin my entire life. Like, this year it's been amazing so far. And whenever I can nap or go to sleep and get all my rest, that's what I do. So I'm not even fully awake, y'all. Not fully awake. I know I look rough, but I'm working on my skin and all that stuff. This week ain't been a good week for that. Last week I was doing the most. But yeah, I have to get into a regimen and stick with it, but I digress. So yeah, y'all, I have seen those episodes. If they are indeed what they are supposed to be, yeah. A lot happened. And basically I was right. I was right. If these are the real episodes, I was right. So, again, I'm not going to be petty or whatever and spoil it for those who actually want to sit and watch the shows and all that good stuff. One of my friends asked me for the links because she was like, man, at this point, I'm just tired of waiting. And she's seen spoilers too, because normally she's good about not seeing any spoilers, but things have been getting past her. Random people haven't, and that's the way it'll go. Like, if you try to be good, somebody who normally don't even say nothing will come out of nowhere, and it's like, where you come from? Like, why, honey? Why? So, y'all, excuse my hair. I gotta, yeah, I gotta redo that. I'm going to meet up with some friends later on, so I actually have to present somebody with a gift that I saw. I'm the type of person that if we're friends and I see something that I know that you would like, I just let you know, girl, or hey, I got something for you. I saw something the other day, I thought of you, and I got it. So, I did that for one of my friends recently, and we are gonna meet up today. So hopefully she'll like it. Anyway, y'all, a lot. It's like I want to say a lot of stuff, but I can't. I'm not trying to spoil that for y'all. For the ones who want to wait, and the ones who are like me who've seen it, but they want to make sure that those really are the things that happened, like in its entirety. Because I'm gonna peek at it. I'm gonna peek and see, oh, okay, yeah, that's what it was. So let me go and do my review or whatever. Like, I don't know. Tonight or tomorrow is when I'll do Family or Fiance again. That preview, it looks like a lot is gonna happen, and I don't know if I'm gonna be ready for it. But yeah, oh my gosh, y'all. Okay, so since this is a thoughts video, I'm gonna try to at least give y'all 10 to 15 minutes. So outside of the spoilers, y'all, I ended up not completing Black Ink Crew Chicago. There's just so many other things that were popping off. And I was like, yeah, let me watch those things or let me engage in this conversation. So there were various things that I was going to do, but, I didn't even finish watching that. So I heard some things, and I remember the preview of the girl being drunk and one of my friends told me that the woman, Jess, is drunk and acting very thirsty. And I'm just like, girl, I don't even know how to finish that episode. Y'all excuse me. I'm sorry. I told y'all I just woke up. But, let me see. I saw Love and Hip Hop. Not Love and Hip Hop. What is the name of that show? Growing Up Hip Hop. Y'all, the guy Sam, you know what I'm saying? I'm still trying to understand what it is that his girlfriend sees in him, now fiance. He proposed on stage and she got excited and she said yes. I'm not here for their relationship. I never have been. And there are more things that keep coming out that really make it apparent as to why I don't like him. Just like other people on the show have said, you know what I'm saying? You over here supposedly be an artist. You're supposed to be an artist in all this. And like she really was supposed to be full steam ahead with her artistry. And then she got with you. And it's like everything about her is put on the back burner as far as music is concerned. And you over here got, to me, it was like some kind of a random showcase or whatever, because he's trying to make it seem like it's his show. And I'm like, sir, I saw the marquee and it was like 7, 8, 9, 10 people's names up there. And yours was like number 3 on the right hand side in the lineup. So it's like it wasn't your show. So let's just not even try to act like that was what it was. Y'all, if you haven't seen it, he sat up there and he had them add weave to his hair, and they spray painted or dyed the braids that he ended up having these people to add weave to. He had it dyed or spray painted green. Then he had to paint his face white. Basically, he was trying to look like the Joker, and I'm just like, nah. And like I told y'all before, you know, for those who didn't know anyway, before I did that movie review of Joker, I live for Joker. I have watched just about every little cartoon, TV show, played video games that had him in it. And I live for the Joker. And my thing is, like, that movie gave a great insight to, you know, how he is and why he was the way he was and became the way he's basically played out in these TV shows and video games. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, y'all do this to this person. Y'all know how he is. And then you wonder why he turned into the type of person he is. But she gonna try to explain to us that the reason why he put the mask on was because he wants people to listen to the music, listen to the words, and not be focused on him. And I'm like, ain't nobody checking for him to be like, ooh, he's so fine, I don't even know what he's saying no more. Because you do know that there are artists that are like that people live for. And they be like, I don't even care what he's singing. I don't know what he talk about, but he fine though. Like, ain't nobody checking for him like that. And I just want to know who paid. I mean, how much were all the people paid to stand in that room? Because that was kind of a big venue. At least it looked like it to me. Because there were all those people there, and I'm like, the music sounded like trash, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to try to give the people that were there the benefit of the doubt. Maybe they were there for all the other acts, because his act was trash. I don't understand. But we've heard in the past that these people pay folks to come up in there for these TV shows and make it seem like somebody cared. I don't think nobody cared to see about him. I don't think nobody came, and then nobody cared, so I could be wrong. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I like all sorts of genres of music. So it's not me trying to be like, oh, I'm going to be a typical black person, so to speak, and be like, oh, if it's not R&B or rap, then I'm not interested in it. No, I'm into all kinds of stuff. And what he was doing was trash. I'm just saying. And he actually likes to refer to himself as Joker, and she likes to refer to herself as Harley Quinn or whatever. But my thing is this. I would not want that. I wouldn't have wanted that to be my proposal. You know what I'm saying? That had it been Halloween and I was dressed up like Harley Quinn and you were dressed up, and he looked like a toe down, broke down Joker to begin with. And as the night progressed, that makeup got worse and worse. And then, y'all, I can't. So after she said yes, she, eventually went, and he was like, I think you need to tell your mom. I think you need to call your mom. She ended up calling her mama, and she was like, oh my God. She did all that stuff. Y'all, excuse me, I'm sorry. I haven't been drinking water. Well, I didn't drink water. Normally when I get up and drink water, I'm fine. But now my throat is doing the most because I haven't didn't drink a cup or two of water or have anything to drink at all. Just got up and I was like, oh, let me get up and see what happens. And I'm in complete darkness, so I'm kind of trying to see what this little selfie ring light is gonna do, and I don't know. I won't really know until the playback, but I digress. Y'all, even if that's what she, was cool with, I'm like, girl, he didn't even have enough common courtesy to be like, okay, wait a minute, before she get on FaceTime with her mama, let me get all this off her nose. She looked like she just did one of these numbers because of all that white mess he had on his face. And I'm like, bruh, why? Like, then he gonna try to tell her, tell TT that the reason why I'm broke is because I got this for you. And I'm like, no, I don't like their relationship. I never have. And they are living on, it seems as though they are living on money that Peppa is putting out for her daughter. And just like everybody else thinks, he is sitting up there making a come up off of her back and her family's back. And her career is not moving at all. He had the nerve to be like, come up here, help me out. Everybody looking like, what you mean? Y'all, I can't. And like, she was upset. So I don't know if the song that she did was just the type of song that she did to kind of match the trash he was doing, but I wasn't here for it. I could have swore I heard her sing before. So I was like, what in the world is this? Okay. All right. But anyway, y'all, I wasn't here for that proposal. I wasn't here for none of that. I don't like their relationship, and I think that she can do exceptionally better. I'm just like, girl, why? Y'all, I am waiting. I don't even think did I finish the episode? Because the episode was supposed to have P. Diddy pop up. I'm not P. Diddy, y'all. Literally what? Y'all, I paused it because I'm like, dang, I don't know why. Y'all look, it's been this one random spot this whole winter that has been trying me. I don't get it. It's randomly one spot, and normally my nose like sets it all the way off, but it's been this one spot. I'll get it right, I'll buff it off, I do all the stuff I'm supposed to do, and whatever. Y'all, so excuse me while I do this, because the most be going on. I'm sorry. I'm not picking my nose. I'm just like, Lord, it's just working my nerves. But anyway, hopefully it's not that bad now. But it was bothering me, so that's why I had to pause the video. So anyway, y'all, Vanessa Simmons went over with her son, who is 3 years old, that, I don't know if she actually went into details or anything, because she's stating that her son is asking about his father and has literally asked, like, is my father dead? And it's like, Lord, like, I cannot imagine having to tell anybody that, especially him being that young, and it happened like when he was so young, even though he wasn't with her, meaning they weren't a couple at the time. It's just a lot. And she has to basically be the one to tell him all that stuff. And I guess the older he gets, she's going to have to go into detail about all the stuff that's going on. And it's just a lot. I don't know how to feel about JoJo and his fiance, because she says she doesn't want to have any more kids, which is understandable, but he wants more, and she's tried to tell him, like, I don't want more kids, and the reason why is because I basically already don't have much of a life, and you don't understand what I went through, because I had to have an emergency C-section. Yes, I love our child, but that was very traumatic. Like it, and then like, it's crazy because, what's her name? Vanessa? She sat down with Vanessa and was talking to her, and it was brought up, and she seems to be the only one in the family who understands, because she was like, well, yeah, he doesn't understand because that's major surgery. Like, surgery is being performed, in moments like that. They don't understand. It's not like, oh, just, giving birth. No, she actually had to have surgery to have the child removed. And for a lot of people, that is a very, outside of it being, naturally a scary situation. Like, it's a lot. She said it took a toll on her body and all this other stuff. And I feel like, in all honesty, like, she wasn't where she's wanted to be in quite some time. And now her body is in a place where she's comfortable and she don't want to have to go back down that road. They feel like, a lot of people feel like babies wreck their bodies. A lot of people, I don't know what in the world these babies be doing, but they be doing their body good. Perfect example is Candy Burrs. I don't know what in the world. Ace did the most for her. I was like, wow, what in the world? But yeah, y'all, I can understand it. And I don't know if they're going to get married despite that. And it's true. What her soon-to-be father-in-law said was that that's going to be their issue. That's going to be the thing that's going to make it so that their relationship stays on the rocks. It doesn't work. It's because they aren't on the same page about having kids. And my main issue with everybody all around them is they always say compromise. And I'm like, I feel like when you're talking about kids, a compromise is if I say I want 2 kids and you say you want 5, and I say, all right, you know what? I just pop one more out for you. I do 3, honey. Like, maybe I do 3. Maybe. Like, we gonna get these 2 and see how it go. And at the most, I do 3 now. All right, now. My parents made a compromise. They wanted to have kids. They wanted to have a boy and a girl. Their first 2 were me and my sister. I'm the first of the 2, of the 3 of all of us combined. So my daddy really wanted a boy too, even though he lives for, like, that's the hilarious thing. I get to that in a minute. I've said it several times, but it's hilarious. My mama said, okay, I'll try one more time. But if it's a girl, I'm closing up shop. I don't care what it is, I'm closing up shop. He lucked up and he got a boy. And I mean, the only thing that's going to come out of it is my brother carrying on the family name. But he lives for me and my sister. We are daddy's girls. I love my daddy. Y'all don't understand. Oh my gosh. If you're a daddy's girl, put that down in the comment section. I live for my daddy. Live for him. But yeah, he did all that. And his relationship is not how I would have thought it would have been, given the fact that he wanted a son. It's just because he wanted a son and a daughter. And I was the firstborn, and I was a girl. So, of course, I was his pride and joy and all that stuff. But when my brother came and he started growing up, it was like, oh, okay. It's like he was always yelling at my brother. My brother is so hard-headed. He's just... Y'all, it's like he wanted all that, but now that he got it, it's like, I don't know about all that. So yeah, y'all, I want to talk about one more thing, and then I'll let y'all go. It's raining here. It is so beautiful. It's supposed to stop later, but that's pretty much why I've been napping on and off for the past 10 hours. Just on and off napping, and then I went to sleep for a couple of more hours. Y'all, anyway. Let's see, what else did I watch? Let me throw one more in there for y'all. One more thing, and then I'm gonna let y'all go. I'm gonna miss y'all until the next time. Okay, y'all, so let me see. I saw the crossover of Station 19 and Grey's Anatomy. I waited until Friday. I was going to go on ahead and watch it Thursday, but I was an hour behind, so it really wasn't no reason since it was a crossover event, and I know how their crossover events go. So I waited until I got off work and I got home yesterday, and I watched it. Y'all, I got my entire life. Oh, Lord, they were about to tear my nerves up, though. So, if you watch it, y'all let me know down in the comment section if you still are hanging in there with Grey's Anatomy and all that stuff, because at one point in time I was gonna give up, and then it like started getting back amazing again. So I'm here for it. I live for Station 19. Y'all, Boris Kojo is in Station 19. So, you know, if you haven't been watching the show, maybe that'll be something that'll motivate you to watch it. The most be going on there. But yeah, Grey's Anatomy, y'all, I'm here for it. Oh my gosh, I love Grey's Anatomy. Love it. Only thing I want to say really about the crossover is one of my favorite characters on there, her name is Miranda Bailey, and she is everything. But even though you are everything, sometimes you have to sit down. Now, this is what it's going to apply to real life. Y'all, this woman has been through a whole lot on this show. She had some issues with her heart, almost died. She works the mule out of herself, and it pushes everyone around her, but at the same time, she doesn't take care of herself. Like, she was not taking care of herself, y'all. She already had a child from a previous marriage. There was a guy who was there who, after years and years and, you know, divorced from her husband and all this other stuff, this man wanted her, and it's like he's younger than her, and so she ain't trying to take him seriously, and she's like, I can't date you, you work here with me, and all this. Like, she's giving him every excuse in the book. This man lived for her, y'all. I live for their relationship. Even though it's a TV relationship, I've seen relationships like this in person. Y'all, my daddy is prime example as far as, you know, living for somebody. Like, no matter what you tell him, my daddy lives for my mama. He is there no matter what. My mama has had several surgeries, and he was there. Anything could have happened. My mama had been on that operating table several times for various things, and it was very scary for all of us, but he has always been there. There are a lot of people who will leave when they think something ain't gonna be how it used to be, because you're down and can't do nothing or whatever. Nah, my daddy was there. My daddy took off work. Them people be looking like, what's going on here? My daddy be like, I'll take off as long as I need to take off to be with my wife and my kids during this time. And that's what, that's the type of man that Miranda has. Y'all, another thing that she went through was her husband decided to do a job change. And that's cool and all, but he went from being a surgeon to a firefighter, and you know how dangerous firefighting is. So she's definitely in her feelings, and she's just looking like, okay, now what in the world? Like, it was a lot of stuff for her to process. She wasn't here for it, and you know what I'm saying? She ended up going on a sabbatical. Like, she was just fighting so many things within. She kind of had to do it, or she was going to go crazy. And it's like, girl, you have a child to live for. Y'all, so she finally came back from her sabbatical. And I mean, even before that, y'all, she's the type of person that she's an alpha male. So she feels like what she says goes. You need to just listen to me and do what I say. And she had to learn how to allow her husband, you know, this man ended up being her husband. She had to allow him to lead. And y'all, when I tell you, he has had to tell her, you need to sit down. Like, you doing too much. She don't be wanting to listen to nobody. It's a lot. I just be looking like, oh my God. Like, I be looking at the TV like, girl, if you don't go somewhere and sit down. Y'all, so then she done went through all that. Then she was telling him, well, I don't know if we need to be together. I need time to myself. I need to think on some things. I'm looking like, what? Cause she's feeling like, well, I don't know if this is something that I could deal with, and I got all this other stuff going on with myself. And I'm like, girl, this man came in and became a second father to your son. Even though her first husband is not around, you know, they ain't together no more. He's a great father to his son, but he has an in-house father now because of this man coming in. So whenever he ain't at his daddy's house, his biological father's house, he at the house with them. So he is constantly having amazing men as role models in his face. And I'm just like, girl, what's wrong with you? Y'all, she talking about she needs some space. She don't know if she need a divorce from him or not. This man had to move out the house. I was just like, what in the world? Everybody looking like, what? Because a lot of people feel like their relationship is perfect too. Like, he lives for her. Like, y'all, I'd be like, man, why can't that happen to me? Why can't it be like that for me? Like, it is so amazing. Their interaction is so amazing. Y'all, most recent thing that happened to her was she found out that she's pregnant. Y'all, she already is going to be geriatric, high risk, all that stuff. He's very excited. Of course, she's doing what she ain't got no business doing, which is overdoing things. So she was with one of her amazing patients who is a part of the crossover. And she starts to miscarry. And she didn't even know she was miscarrying until he told her that, you know, she's bleeding. This heifer had a whole miscarriage, y'all. A whole miscarriage. And she basically never slowed down after she had the miscarriage. So then this last episode came on, right? I don't know if y'all remember. Well, some of y'all might not even watch the show, but across the street from the hospital is basically a doctor's bar. Everybody that come up in there, 99% of the time, almost all of them are doctors. And they were in there chilling. Everybody who wasn't on call and in there or whatever, they all in there. They just had a surprise baby shower-esque type of situation for Miranda and her husband at the firehouse. Cool, whatever. Y'all, a car comes crashing through this place. Several people who are a part of the resident program over there gets messed up. That's who are all mainly over there, right, at this moment. None of the people who are like main characters got hurt. Y'all, one of the smartest people that are residents, she got hurt. Like, her foot, she might not have any feeling in her foot anymore. Y'all, the situation was going down. First of all, her husband was up in there. She didn't even know her husband was there. All she knew was that her husband was off because, I guess it was because of the baby shower. But he wasn't, well, yeah, that's what it was. So after she left him, however that happened, he went over there to the bar. And the dude that everybody lives for, Jackson Avery, y'all know the man who's light skinned and got the green eyes sometimes, and I think blue sometimes, but mainly green, who had a wife and everybody was trying to read because she wasn't like a model or whatever. And he ends up dealing with somebody else. But when Ben started cheating on her, and now they're not married anymore. And she was the one who requested more money, more spousal support or child support or whatever it was. She wanted an increase. A lot of people were in their feelings about that. And I'm like, ma'am, I ain't got nothing to say because all that stuff that happened, it was a lie. It seemed like once the picture was released of them being together, people were like, why would he be with her? Y'all, okay, I digress. I'm sorry. A lot of y'all would know who I'm talking about just by me describing that. But yeah, he is actually on Grey's Anatomy. Everybody lived for him. He ain't never been nobody. And I was like, oh God, it's not like he's an ugly person. I just never was like, let me throw my panties at this person because I see them or whatever. Like, yeah, it got darker all of a sudden, y'all. I was like, let me turn this up one more again. I don't know what happened. But anyway, because I am in complete darkness and I'm just trying this out. Y'all, anyway. So, now, like I said, Miranda Bailey, she has had a miscarriage. And it was not that long ago. All this stuff happened where some woman crashed into the bar. Y'all, so many of her residents are down. One of them, he is a transgender man. He used to be in the military, like served the country very well. And it got to the point where he didn't get hurt, but he got triggered so bad. His PTSD got triggered so bad that when he was taken out of that building and into the hospital, he was thinking that a bomb went off. Like, this whole time he's thinking that a bomb went off. So then they're doing scans on him and they turn around and then they turn back around again and this person's gone. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, what in the world? Y'all, a lot happened with that. Like, there were so many different things that they covered in this episode that I was just like, wow, y'all done went all the way off. Like, it was really, really like real life stuff. And I love when they do that. But anyway, back to Miranda. Y'all, like I told you, she had a fresh miscarriage not that long ago. All this trauma is coming into the hospital. One of her brightest students is down. Like, they had an emergency situation pop up with her. Her and her mentor are in there. She's on the outs with him because she feels like he's undermining her authority and all this other stuff, even though he gave up his job for her. Y'all, I don't know what in the world. I'm sorry. I don't know what in the world going on with this. I'm about to turn the light on because this acting crazy. But she's in her feelings so bad that her husband actually called him and told him what went down. And so she's looking like, he shouldn't have told you that. Y'all, fast forward to the surgery. She's performing on like one of the prize residents. And he's trying to explain to her, like, look, what's going to have to happen is, I think the quickest way for us to find this bleeder is to crack her open. We got to crack her chest open and hope to find it. And so they're like, man, this is going to be, she going to have to flatline. And I was like, no, what you mean? Like, I was looking like, y'all better not kill this girl off because she is like weird comedic relief. Okay, y'all. So they had to crack this girl open. They were going to have like less than a minute to find the bleeder. And if they didn't, she was going to stay dead. And I'm just like, okay, ain't nobody got time for y'all to get rid of this girl. Like, don't do it. This girl is hilarious to me. So, y'all, it's like, it's to the point where she's one of those people, when she's mad, she mad. Like, she is mad. And I'm like, girl, if you don't get over yourself and save this child, ain't nobody got time. So they get to the part where they're going to have to crack her open. So he could see her hesitate. And so he looking at her like, well, you know, if you feel more comfortable being the one to crack her open, then go ahead. She grabbed that scalpel with the quickness. So then all of a sudden she froze. And I'm like, girl, don't nobody have time. She ain't flatlining nothing yet. So I'm looking like, girl, okay, now ain't nobody got time for this foolishness. So then she ends up going on ahead and switching sides. So he could be on the side where you really need to be the one in that specific area to see everything to operate. So he cracks her chest open and all this other stuff. She flatlines like she's supposed to. So she done flatline, right? And so she over here panicking. She was like, hurry, you need to hurry up. Like, I'm like, girl. And then, like, I neglected to mention, y'all, I'm talking about when the traumas were coming in, she's hearing about how everybody down or whatever and what's going on. She'd have had to tiptoe to the best of her ability over to an empty room, which, or at least she thought it was empty, to grab the side of her because she going all the way through. I'm like, girl, like the best description, if you don't understand what I'm talking about, is somebody who has really been running, like you out running something, you running and running and running really hard, and you got to do that. That's how she looked. And I'm like, girl, your uterus is towed all the way down at this point. You need to sit down. You didn't have a traumatic experience to happen to you. You need to sit down. Like, I thought she would have learned from the situation that happened to her heart that when stuff happened to you, you need to take time for yourself. I think she's had counseling. Like, she's gone through a lot of stuff. Ain't gonna lie, she's evolved, but she's still very bossy and won't sit down and want to work herself to death. And I'm like, girl. So you done lost the baby because you working yourself like crazy. And I mean, there was a chance she was going to lose it anyway because she's so high risk. And it was just a lot going on with her anyway. So I was like, girl, I was so happy when I found out that she was pregnant. But I was like, I don't know. I do not know. But y'all, she going all the way through. And I'm like, girl, you are a doctor. You know how that goes. Why would you sit up there and put just your own life at risk at this point? Because the baby gone. The baby is gone. You ain't doing nothing you need to do to heal yourself. You know what I'm saying? I understand that in a lot of cases, they'd be like, oh, well, after this situation has happened, you can kind of go right on back to work. Nah, bruh, you know you need to sit down. You need to sit down and have you a breather because it's just a lot. And I was just like, girl, what we not finna do is this. So I'm looking like, well, are they gonna kill her off? Because she going all the way through. So her emotions are already out of whack because of the miscarriage. She already in her feelings. She already told her husband that she don't really want to talk to him like that right now because of that. Like every time she go through something, she be like, I don't even want to talk to you right now. And I'm like, I get that you need a moment to process this. It's been a little while since the miscarriage happened. Like I don't know how long, but it's been a little while. But y'all, she would distance herself from somebody in a heartbeat. Like, I don't want to talk to you right now. I'm done. I don't want to talk about that. Oh, Lord. And she needs him. Like, this is one of the times that she actually needs him the most. And, y'all, I can't. Y'all, the woman ended up living. They found the bleeder. Like, he found it. She was like, you need to hurry. You need to find it. And he was like, I'm trying to find it. He ended up finding it. And they irrigating, doing all the stuff they got to do. I'm like, Lord, if this girl die. So then, you know, she had to massage the heart and all that while he was doing that. And then when he did what he did, they had to wait and see if her heart was going to start beating. And so she over here praying that the heart going to start beating. She over here about to have an asthma attack, a panic attack, a heart attack, and everything else combined into one. Her heart starts beating, hallelujah. Because I was like, I don't have time for y'all to do this to me because I like this girl. This girl is hilarious to me. She everything, so don't do this. But she lived. I think everybody on her team lived. There was one fatality that I remember, and that was the woman who actually drove the car, and it was a crazy situation. She thought her husband was dying because he's had like partial heart attacks or something like that before. And so she like lost control of her vehicle, and they literally, like I told, that is literally across the street from the hospital. So I don't know. Anyway, while they were trying to get her out of the car because of where it went, you kind of, I guess, go downstairs, so it's up. So they didn't got the husband situated. He's okay now because she ended up having to like put the little pads on him and, you know, shock him, and he was fine. So then they trying to get her out the car, and she's talking, and she was like, well, he better survive because the dog ain't gonna be able to take it. And I'm looking like, she's in shock. Okay, she is really in shock. The man is all right, but she like still in shock. Okay, this heifer that took out some scissors. She had like a small pair of scissors, and then I'm like, girl, no. I was like, oh no, anybody got time for this? Tell me why the car, all of a sudden, she'd have pulled the scissors out. She trying to chip away. And I'm talking about, they are some of the flimsiest scissors. I know it wasn't Cutco, but I don't think them things penetrated not now piece of the little seatbelt strap. I was like, ma'am. So then the car collapsed, and then the scissors went through her, and she died. And I was just like, Lord, this is too much. This is too much. A lot of people are messed up. Somebody actually almost died because Jackson Avery, which is the guy, Jesse Williams, that's his name. That's the light-skinned black man who y'all saw him everywhere last year, maybe the year before last too. Every time you looked up, he was trying to make inspirational speeches. But he was out here cheating on his wife, and he ended up leaving her and the kids for some other woman who looks becoming of what I guess society thought that he would have been dealing with and not what his wife looked like. Because his wife was like kind of chunky. And I mean, she wasn't ugly to me, but a lot of people didn't think she looked the greatest in comparison to him. But yeah, he was supposed to be, you know, he does facial reconstruction and all that stuff. And so he was trying to save the face and all that of this guy who is under the wing of the person who's over all of them now, you know, Tom Karasik. And had he not walked in, because he's beefing with him and this other guy. Y'all, it's so much stuff. It's so much drama going on there with the men and the women. I'm tired. Had he not come in there while this man was putting this man's face back on and saw what he saw, the man would have died on the table. He ready for that. He was like, had I not come in here, he would have died. I was like, oh, Lord. So they putting everything back together. They peeled this man's face back on and everything. And he was like, well, do you want to watch me, or do you want to hop in and finish this up for me? And he was like, no. And then the other person that was with him, who doesn't like the guy who's over them, he saw something on the table. You could tell that his septic, all the septic stuff, a little, I'm talking about it was a dot, y'all. I was like, wait a minute, that ain't blood. And then before I could say, wait a minute, what is that? And think about it, it's something dealing with his septic. Now, had he not come in when he came in and said what he said while they were closing up, that man would have died on the table. So he had to rush and find where all that was coming from. And he was like, see, this is why I said what I said. Why didn't you update me hour by hour or whatever, every step of the process? Because that's how I ain't gonna lie, he do the most, but he's thorough. He's very thorough. So I understand why Jesse Williams, the person who plays Jesse Williams' mama on there, Debbie Allen, y'all know Felicia Rashad's sister. Yeah, that's why she picked him. He do the most, but she picked him, and that was a great choice. Like, he really is all about what he needs to be all about when it comes to actually doing these surgeries. He has moments. He's had moments where I've been like, if you don't go somewhere and sit down, okay. But yeah, y'all, that was a good episode. I live for it. Like, a lot be going on that show. It's good. But anyway, thank y'all for watching me ramble on about these shows and things that I like. I hope that you like this video. Comment below and let me know if y'all watch any of these shows and if you like them, if you've ever watched any of these shows, especially Grey's Anatomy, because a lot of people pulled out from watching that show years ago. And, you know, if you did, if you are one of those people, just let me know why and, you know, what did it for you. Because a lot of people, they pulled out when Isaiah Washington was gay bashing, what's his name? TJ Knight, I think it's what his name is. The guy who was best friends with various people on there and was liked by some other people. Yeah, it was a lot. Like he did that in real life. Like, a lot was going on. Anyway, like this video. And like I said, comment below. I appreciate y'all. For all that y'all do, thank you for watching me. I'll see y'all later on for something else. Bye.